If that night, in that room, in those seconds, one person had acted differently, the world we live in today would have been completely different. Perhaps it would not have existed at all. Because in history there are moments when no explosion occurs, no city is destroyed, yet the fate of all humanity is quietly decided within a single unseen decision. This is the story of a night that is not told as a tale of heroism, not taught in schools, rarely shown in films, but that in reality determined the lives of millions of people. This is the story of a night when the world nearly came to an end, but no one felt it. It was 1983, and the Cold War was not just a political term. It was a tension felt every single day, a pressure that could explode at any moment. The United States and the Soviet Union did not see each other merely as rivals, but as potential enemies, with both sides waiting for a mistake, a delay, a moment of weakness from the other. Nuclear weapons at that time were not simply tools of fear. They were already deployed, programmed, and all that was needed was a single signal, a warning, a confirmation for everything to begin in an irreversible way. The core philosophy of this system was simple, yet terrifying. If the other side attacks, there is no time to think before responding, because thinking means delay, and delay means destruction. And it was precisely this logic that brought the world dangerously close to its end that night. During those years, the Soviet Union had built an early warning system called OKO, and the purpose of this system appeared straightforward: to analyze data coming from space, detect a possible American nuclear attack in its very first seconds, and alert the leadership. The engineers, generals, and politicians who worked on this system were completely certain of one thing: computers do not make mistakes, satellites do not lie, and algorithms do not act on emotion. And on that night, the responsibility of interpreting the data produced by this system fell to an officer named Stanislav Petrov, an ordinary military man, far from politics, a person whose name was not written in history books. His job was not to make decisions. His job was simply to pass on what the system reported to higher authorities. But sometimes life places a person in a position far greater than the one assigned to them. It was past midnight when the silence in the room was suddenly shattered by a sound, and the flashing words on the screens caught Petrov's attention. The system was reporting that a nuclear missile launched from US territory had been detected, and this warning, in theory, represented the highest level of threat. A few seconds later, the system updated again, and this time it was no longer speaking of a single missile, but of 5 separate nuclear missiles, as if the opposing side had already begun its attack. According to protocol, Petrov was required to immediately pass this information up the chain of command, because every second of delay meant a delayed counterstrike, and if the response was delayed, the Soviet Union could be destroyed. At that moment, everyone in the room trusted the system, because they had been taught for years that technology is infallible. But inside Petrov, a strange unease began to grow. As he stared at the screen, he could not stop thinking about one detail. If the United States had truly decided to start a nuclear war, why launch only 5 missiles? Why not activate the entire arsenal? Why carry out a partial, cautious, almost hesitant attack? This question kept turning in his mind, because real war scenarios did not unfold the way this one did. Moreover, ground-based radar systems had still detected nothing, which made the situation even more suspicious. Petrov understood that if the system was wrong, and he reported it as such, history might not forgive him. But if the system was right and he was wrong, the world would enter a path with no return. This was neither a moment of heroism nor a moment of cowardice. It was simply a moment when a human being was forced to stand against technology. Seconds passed, but those seconds stretched into hours for Petrov, because he understood that the decision he was about to make could change not only his own life, but possibly the future of all humanity. And instead of relaying the system's message exactly as it was, he listened to his inner voice. He reported that the attack was false. He spoke what was perhaps the most dangerous sentence in history: "This is a mistake." With that sentence, war did not begin. With that sentence, the world continued to live. Time passed, the expected explosions never occurred, cities remained standing, the sky did not darken, and everyone realized that the system had indeed been wrong. The satellites had mistaken sunlight, reflecting off clouds for missiles. But this truth was not revealed immediately. Petrov was neither declared a hero nor rewarded. Instead, he was questioned, criticized, and quietly pushed aside, because openly admitting this incident would have revealed just how dangerously flawed the system truly was. Today, we remember wars, we remember destroyed cities, we remember those who died, but sometimes we forget the moments when the world did not end. Stanislav Petrov never claimed to have saved the world, he simply did not press the button. And sometimes, the greatest act of heroism in history is exactly that.